Have you ever wondered what holds the entire story of the Bible together? From the flood to the cross, God makes a series of covenants, solemn, binding agreements that progressively reveal His character, the nature of humanity, and the path of salvation. These covenants are not isolated events. They form the backbone of a Christian worldview. Each one adds an essential piece to the puzzle of who God is and who we are. Today we're going to walk through 5 major covenants: Noahic, Abrahamic, Mosaic, Davidic, and the New Covenant, and see how they build towards the climax of salvation history in Jesus Christ. After the flood destroyed a world filled with violence and corruption, God spoke to Noah and his sons. He established a covenant not only with humanity, but with every living creature and with the earth itself. God promised never again to destroy the world by a flood. The rainbow became the visible sign of that promise. This covenant reveals 2 foundational truths about God. First, He takes sin seriously. His justice cannot overlook rebellion. The flood shows us the reality of divine judgment. Second, God desires relationship and restoration. Even after judgment, He reaches out in mercy and commits Himself to the ongoing story of creation and redemption. As one scholar notes, God's activity here reaches out to embrace not only humanity, but also the created animals and the earth, and provides an anticipation of the conclusion of the story of redemption. The Noahic covenant lays the foundation. God is just, God is merciful, and God is committed to His creation. Generations later, God enters into a covenant with Abraham. He promises to make Abraham a great nation, to bless him, and to make his name great. This covenant is unconditional. In the ancient ritual of cutting animals in two and walking between the pieces, both parties normally accepted the penalty of death if they broke the agreement. But God puts Abraham into a deep sleep and walks through the pieces alone. God alone takes the full responsibility for keeping this covenant. He binds Himself to His people with a promise that cannot fail. The sign of the covenant is circumcision, a permanent reminder in the flesh of Abraham's descendants that they belong to this God who keeps His word. Here we see God's faithfulness and His willingness to enter into obligation with humanity. That willingness will one day reach its ultimate expression when God Himself is broken for our sake.